Welcome everybody to Cyber Chicken. We're taking a look at this game. If you like Duke Nukem humor, side-scrolling action, Metroidvania maps, then you might like this. I'm going to shut up while the tutorial words come on, because I'm polite.
Alright, so supposedly this VR tutorial is to explain how I work. It's not clear, but maybe I'm being made into a game.
And I'm never going to let you down.
Or perhaps some interactive propaganda tool for the powers that be.
Oh.
Who knows? With the likes of GW, The Hand, and the assorted corporate cast of characters like that knob Muckerburger who seemingly influences everything that goes on in our world. So, whoever you are, gamer, political enemy, or some other sentient creature, pay attention and learn how our badass Terminator functions. We're going old school, I'm told, so go find a computer keyboard or joystick. By the way, that's not the one between your legs. And let's get this show on the road.
Right, so we have mentions of George Bush, The Hand, I'm not sure what they are. Muckerburger is Mr. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. And obviously we have a pretty decent Schwarzenegger voice impersonator. Pretty good. Out of all the crap Schwarzenegger's out there, this one's not bad. I might even prefer him to the actual Schwarzenegger. So we've got this vendor area where you can spend money on these machines. An interesting mechanic. This give you like your jump moves, your different attack moves, upgrade your guns, all that crap later on. A really interesting part of this game is that you can go into debt. And then you can... yeah, I'm recording this after I played this, actually, because I listened back to my audio commentary and there was an awful buzz. Because, you know, computers just end up giving you that shit if you don't monitor it every time. So I was trying to map, I think, a different way to put my jump on a different button, but I didn't end up doing anything there. Like I was saying, you can go into debt when you buy these purchases. And, you know, a little commentary on the world that we live in, of course. And the detriment is that they will send snipers and different enemies out to get you. All right, so now we've got our close combat, smacking guys around. This starts off pretty small, where I think you only get a 2-hit combo, and that puts them into a stun lock. So this was me reading this crap. Right. Right, you can shoot them. All right, they have an armor over their health, so they won't be hit stunned when taking bullet damage. Melee will always hit stun normal enemy types. This temporarily interrupts their actions and does some damage too. You're a Terminator. Beating up bad guys pay the bills. So that's how you get the money. There you go. So I smashed that guy into the wall. And I used that to lower that down. So you have some like different puzzle mechanics, platforming. It's, yeah, like I said before, you're going to see a lot of Metroid stuff in terms of the maps and the areas that you can go visit, mixed with this sort of 2D version of Duke Nukem 3D. So we got a gun. This put us into debt. The government's endless line of credit. You can overspend as much as you want in this training program in the world. However, the bank will send someone after you to collect. But for this segment, you'll just need to shoot the dummies to earn the money back. If you're using the casual control setup, your reticule will lock onto enemy bodies. You can always manually aim, though. So you're using the mouse to aim, left mouse button shoots, and then you're using the not the D-pad, the D key, and the keyboard to move around. I think I ended up mapping my jump to the mouse, because I found it odd to use that on my left hand as well. So here I'm demonstrating that if you keep the mouse really close to you, then you can easily shoot left and right, left and right. So it's nice to keep the mouse sort of near your body. They have an active reload system, like Gears of War, I hear, where if you hit it right on that green spot, then it goes a lot faster. So that's a fun little mini game that you're going to be doing throughout the entire game that can have positive consequences while you're playing. Coffee and grenades. So the quad cappuccino acts as a power-up, increasing damage of the weapons while also providing mental acuity that slows down the world around them when threats are imminent. Be warned, caffeine also increases damage effects received. If you do receive damage, though, you can get health packs that will restore only a quarter of your health, but you can buy as many as you need. Grenades can also be purchased at big bucks vending machines and will stun all enemies in the area, as well as trigger slow motion if you have caffeine in your system. Wow, what a layered system we have going on so far. So I bought the quad chino there. We already had full grenades, and I don't need help. I don't think I bought the caffeine too much in the game when I was actually playing it, although we'll see, because I didn't like the possibility of taking more damage. There we go, dealing with some enemies. One of the things that I wish the game had would maybe be like a block or a counter, but I understand that they are going for the Metroid vibe, where you don't have that. So you spend a lot of your time sort of jumping and running away from the enemies to evade their big Dark Souls-like swings. Although it's not like Dark Souls invented big swings, they just perfected it in a game that is so reliant on nailing the animations of enemies. Stunning in advanced combat. Okay, using a grenade or a special move, you can stun enemies. If he also has caffeine in his system, this will also trigger slow motion. Yep, we already know that. If you find yourself overwhelmed, use some stuns. If he's about to be hit, slow motion will trigger, giving you more time to react, jump, and dodge projectiles, or even give an enemy the old 1-2 punch to interrupt their attack. Okay, so we're going to toss a grenade down to see how that works. Here's an enemy coming from all sides. Stun both of them. Punch him in the face. Tweety Bird sounds. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, oh, yeah. So this is in, this has been greenlit by Steam, and it says on the Steam page, Steam is now encouraging the developer to finish the game and release it. So in terms of systems, you know, it all pretty much looks here. We're gonna go through some of the levels and get some upgrades. I'd be interested in upgrading the melee all the way, because I think we get to a 3 or 4 punch system near the end of this. So you've got these trench coat guys in plaid, combining those two styles to be extra creepy in a world of plaid. I was probably a little hesitant to just jump into this pit, even though it's just a training program, but I didn't know. There's the Cyber Chicken, nice close-up. Mass termination. There's got to be more to life than that.
You rang, your most beloved holiness.
Come on now, it's DW. We have reason to believe the cyberpunks are about to launch an assault.
Wow, number 74 this year. So scary.
This is different, smart guy. Intelligence indicates they're trying to trigger a dimensional quake.
How could they have access to that?
That's something for you to figure out. Hit the streets and find out what you can.
Will do. Anything else?
This is still a dangerous world. It's a world of madmen and uncertainty and potential mental losses. Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
Okay, then.
Little bit of political humor.
Drift. Now get to it.
I'll be back.
Decent production on the music, and I'd say the voice acting's done pretty well too. It'd be interesting to see how the story progresses, and I mean, not like I'm expecting a real serious dramatic story, but it sounds like they have a lot of elements in place to at least have some fun with it. And I would hope that that they take advantage of that, and we have sort of a nice arching, complete narrative arc. Would be nice. If not, and it's just full of some jokes, that's really all you need in a game like this. But I have faith in them that they could deliver a pretty interesting and funny story. I mean, obviously, whoever made this game likes cinematics in the way that we have these nice camera pan outs and zoom outs. There, now I'm mapping my jump to the right mouse button, and then I've got to map the shooting to, I guess, the space button. And the melee back to the left button. Okay, suppress the cyberpunk revolt. Sort of a Ninja Turtles looking beat 'em up area. So I noticed the enemies have to wait behind each other. Sort of like an old martial arts movie where they all take turns getting their ass kicked by Bruce Lee. What's in the first crate here? Oh, yeah. Get that double jump. That's useful. And a kapow. I didn't quite know what this was. Increases all melee damage and stun times to 1.2 times. Plus 20% to melee damage and stun times. Okay. But for how long? Is it a passive ability? Does it last 30 seconds? Is this something you trigger? Does it trigger right away? We're looking at the different weapons. We're eventually going to get 9mm Uzis, a handheld howitzer, a napalm. And then you can teleport to the central bank and you can give up your upgrades to get them off your back. So the shot there did not interrupt him from hitting you. So that's an interesting thing to note about the mechanics. You want to interrupt their melee attacks with your melee attacks. Bit of a rock, paper, scissors scenario there. Alright, we got some dumb enemies waiting to attack. Pretty standard for hack 'em up, beat 'em ups. I'm still getting used to it on my controls of where the new jump button is. That I thought would make it easier for me by mapping, but obviously it's confusing me. That's fine.
You want a piece of me?
You can either just shoot when you're out of bullets to start the reload process, or you can press R to reload. You got guys chucking down fire. That hits you, you stay on fire for a little while, like you saw. You can actually shoot those right out of the air, which is pretty cool and pretty fun. But it's scaring me, much like a Hammer Brother in the original Mario. You can hit guys off screen as well. So it looks like we actually shot his fire shit and it landed right on him. Now we're seeing the fake book imagery in the background. And it looks like we're seeing... I mean, if you look and see that red circle off in the distance, we'll probably end up there. So that's that 2.5D that they describe this game as. Groupies.com over Unhumble. The Unhumble bundle. All right, some more commentary. I don't know if I've checked out Groupies.com or whatever they mean. Maybe that's like a... Oh shit! I'm totally gonna die. Oh wow! He spasmed so hard he broke his own spine. But we're right back in. No loading time. Back at this little area. I still have my double jump. Take another chance at dealing with these punk asses. Oh, that's hot. Ah, oh. Yeah, you're fucking dead. There's the Metroid-ish map. This whole Metroidvania distinction.
It's a government terminator.
Why is Castlevania involved in that? Would just not calling it... I mean, Metroidvania is fun to say, but I don't understand why you have to call it Metroidvania, since Castlevania obviously took from Metroid, especially Symphony of the Night is the one that really has this castle that you get through based on the upgrades that you have. Back and forth exploring. Anyways, we're beating up these guys. Fire's falling down again. I didn't remember that. See if I can deal with this guy better. Well, I wonder if this is when I shoot it right out of the air. Oh, just barely cleared that lamppost. Tight action we got going on. I wonder what the later enemies will look like. I know that once you get down in the sewers, there's some big rats. Lots and lots of big rats. It starts feeling like you're playing Ninja Turtles. This guy is taking me out big time. We got some blood creeping up on the edges to give it that visceral feel. And I decide to... He's running back for the health. He doesn't know if he's going to see it again. Might as well health up while you can. Now I'm going back in for a rematch with the Fire Hammer Brother. Hot, hot, hot. And you're fucking dead. Great. Obviously jumped when I thought I was going to melee. Here's this Unhumble bundle. Beautiful hamburgers in the background. Great video game imagery. In this dystopian dark world. Music's pretty soothing. It's got that slow, slogging, heavy hitting that the Cyber Chicken delivers. He's pretty agile for a big guy. Nothing better than taking advantage of the screen in a platformer. That's just classic platforming, advanced techniques. There was the health kit. It was just after that guy, so they're spaced nicely. We're in debt by 56, and now we got to deal with 3 enemies. And one of them is chucking fire. Or is there one still up top there? Oh yeah, there he's still up there. So he was just set on fire by his buddy, I guess. I thought that was him that had come down, but that was just his asshole friend doing whatever it took. Try to take down the cyber chicken. These guys are loyal employees. That would have been cool if I nailed that jumping on the way down. This is a 2-switch puzzle. You can see the green door above that little door. That's when I realized I could shoot them out of the air. That was a very happy moment for me. It's the reason why it's hard to recreate these moments, recording the audio later. Because I don't feel much happiness now about it at all. More embarrassment watching me play. Struggle. Like, okay, man, I can see what I should be doing. But I was talking while I did it too, so it was even worse. Oh, great shot. Oh, he did it on the second one. Can he do this one? Not much time. Nope. These are time-sensitive puzzles. Not forgiving. But in a situation like this where you don't have to worry about enemies, you can clear them out. This is a good time to test that and teach the player that these puzzles ain't easy. And there's going to be tougher ones later on.
You want a piece of me?
And if you're going for that classic Metroid vibe, platformer vibe, you need to have challenging puzzles. So I did a dodge just by running backwards. Although I think if you're running a certain direction, whatever side you have the mouse on, that's going to be the way that he shoots. You could be running away, but you could have your mouse pointing towards the other direction to shoot, and then sort of do like a quick fire turnaround. Yeah, I wish I'd explored like a little more to see how that works, but we'll just have to watch and see. Now the music's changed. This sort of sounds like a boss fight, or at least just an end of the level fight. And we're dealing with this same type of guys. Seems like that guy started his animation to hit me because he was on top, and then he ended up behind his buddy and hit his own buddy. He's got a bit of a lunge.
Dying ain't much of a living, boy.
Nice line, fake Arnold. All right, moving on after that action-packed sequence of music changing and fighting 3 guys. Now, this is where the Metroidvania stuff kicks in. We need an upgrade to get through there. Of course, it's a modern game, so they've gone with the modern idea of just telling everybody how to get through. Stomp required here, so go get the stomp. And that makes sense for a first level. But I'm sure Metroid purists might say, hey man, just make people fucking figure it out. Alright, we're loading up. We still got plenty of money, but we can get a shield or we can get the 3 attack. That's what I want. I want that thing. But I don't have enough money for it. Only 730 and the Kung Fu is 2,500. And the Wimp doesn't do it. He doesn't want to be attacked by government guys. Being able to aim your shots at the mouse is a nice little technique. I'm sure it'll be interesting to see what happens as you start dealing with more enemies. How easy it is to flip that mouse back left and right, like I was showing you earlier where I was just keeping the mouse really close to my character. I don't believe that on... Right, on this capture you can't see my mouse. Just trust that I have it near my character. Nice. 3rd time's the try, man. You did it.
Let's go, bitch.
This was a tough area for me trying to find that stomp. Dealing with mutated rats. Trying to hit these things that aren't that far off the ground. I don't know what that triggered. I don't know which way to go. But that's Metroid for you. Exploration. Exploring the deepest warehouse ever that's also underground. So these baddies have a shipping and receiving. Nicely organized and packed, mind you. Like a very well-run business. I can see why they have such a loyal following. Of no workers, only security guards that are in a gang and giant rats that... I'm going to say these rats must be under control because usually rats are all about ripping into shit. in those boxes, opening things up with their curious little teeth, seeing if there's anything they can eat or just bite on and ruin. Because, I mean, even if a rat bit on something, like if you saw a rat come out and it bit on your PS4 or your computer, that would gross you out. You know that it's, I'm not going to eat off the PlayStation, but still, just to know that they were on it, I think I'd have to get some alcohol-soaked wipes, and then just swallow those wipes to get drunk, and then I would probably clean the PlayStation. See if I had any other wipes, non-alcoholic. Need that stomp upgrade. So they got plenty of platforms for you to get out of here. Look at these. Now these rats are a little tougher because even though they're lining up behind each other, and you can only get out one at a time, the one in the back is able to shoot off a projectile. So that's more difficult. I think I was getting a little frustrated with dealing with these punk asses. Sure wish I had that 3-hit combo right now. Because these guys are taking a bite out of my crime fighting. I'm going to say they're going after my shins. They're hungry for shins. Man shin-eating rats that protect these boxes. It must be cold down there because there's lots of burning barrels. They have lighting, like really great lighting. I mean, for the warehouse. And this game itself has nice lighting. It's a nice looking game. You know, normally I like when I hear the term 2.5D, I usually think, oh, you know, I like things being hand drawn, but I understand it's super expensive. And not every game needs to be pixel art, but even just, you know, drawn in a way is nice or pre-rendered. But these backgrounds, I think, make really good use of the extra dimensions, and they add a lot of depth. And they really, really give that lower level a different feeling than, say, this level that we're looking at now. And, say, this mine shaft, not mine shaft, like fucking elevator shaft or whatever the hell it is, because that's recessed back and then you have the shadows, it gives it a nicer feel too, so. I'm healing up, and I got tons of money. Now I can get Kung Fu attack. But it's too far away. Okay, we got some music and guys. 2 at once from either side. I'm going to do the strategy of getting them on one side. Oh, Matt, you're just not dodging at all. There we go. That's what you need to be doing. Here comes some more punk asses. Now it's 3 from either side. All right, been hit once. I'm trying to fight him off. I'm definitely gonna die here. Come on, he's gonna die. Look at him burn. He's still alive. Couldn't shoot that out of the air. I do like that these guys are affected by fire. That was a sweet dodge. Will I jump back in? Oh my gosh. I'm impressed with myself. Seems like because I'm on fire or because I'm touching that purple. Yeah, I deserve to die there. That it was distorting the visuals. I put up a good fight. I had some sweet moves, but not enough. So now we're back at the beginning, and I have a bit more money. I only have 9 minutes left in this section. So I'm just healing up like crazy. I'm $1,500 in debt, $1,800 in debt, and I don't have the stomp upgrade. And I can't get up there. Why am I double jumping like a moron? It says stomp upgrade required. Can't you read? Now I got the Kung Fu kick. I feel like that's going to help me for my next encounter with these bastards. Now, what's going to happen with this being in debt? So no fall damage. That's great. In a game like this, I do not think you need fall damage. I know that that's realistic, but video games should be choosy with what they decide to take for realism. I read a great article about how they were saying realism examples in video games that don't need to be there, like say Super Mario 64. Mario will burn his ass on lava, but he'll comically fire out of there like a rocket, and then you can control it. And because of the momentum thrusting him out, it's like controlling a wild rocket. It's a fun way to penalize you for hitting the lava. But it doesn't need to be super realistic in the way that, well, he'd obviously just burn to death and He wouldn't bounce out of it. He would just die. This is the endlessly rolling rat I encountered. He is coming after me. This is me just skipping past these punk asses. Don't want to deal with them. I'm looking for this... I'm looking for the stomp upgrade. And I don't want to fight these guys anymore. Although I should be, because it gives me the cashola that I need. So it seems like if you keep those guys on one side of you and just spam the punch button, you're not going to have too much of a problem. See you later, rat. Ah, I didn't see that coming. Did ya? Why can't I get through that? I remember that really causing me grief last time because there's like a switch I didn't hit or something. There's the endless roller. Gravity's tilted a little bit to the left. Look at all these bastards. This might be a good time to throw out a grenade, you dummy. I'm gonna try and work my way all the way back. What's that thing in the background? See, like, that's a nice little mystery. It looked like a scorpion or the symbol for a bone charm in Dishonored 2. Great game. Or some sort of totem in Uncharted.
Suck on this.
I don't want to suck on that. Is that really what you want me to do? Is that your end game here, my friend? I wonder if that guy opens up that door that I couldn't get into before. Yeah, you can see that the line came all the way down from that shaft over to the door. That is pretty nice puzzle design, baby. Now I'm trying it again. Gonna fight these guys. Let's see what I got this time. All right. He's more aggressive. He's using that triple combo attack. He's taking out the first guy. Will he get the second? Well, he was punching a cardboard box instead of the enemy. That's not gonna do it. He did dodge the second attack, and he's got him pummeled against the wall for a death blow. Now we've got 3 enemies. One of them coming up the left and 2 on the right. What's he doing? He's standing in the middle, but he's allowing the fire to attack the own enemy. He's jumping, flying in the air like an idiot playing Battlefield. Remember when there was lots of jumping in Battlefield and it was stupid? That guy's on fire. The other ones are just calmly waiting for the Burning Man to do his thing. And I'm not talking about a hippie that goes down into the desert in the summer. I'm talking about a punker who's throwing burning balls of circle. Not doing too good, Maddie. Look at this. They're not even moving. And you are down to a quarter bit of health. 25% is not anything you want to get at any time for anything at all. You're about to die. You can hear it. The audio is changing. He's seeing the white light. He is at the pearly gates, but he's still somehow alive enough to miss like an idiot. All right, 7 shots later, he manages to shoot a stationary target. You did it, you idiot. Okay, now let's move on. More fire guys. I must be freaking out when I was playing this now. We're down to 25% health, hiding off on the back like a coward. Good thing he's not moving either. They're keeping it fairly easy in the beginning here, which is very nice for me. There are multiple difficulty modes. There's a real hardcore mode where you don't get any regenerating health. And I think one of them you don't even get any of the vendor stuff, so I don't know. But that doesn't make any sense, because then you wouldn't be able to get through the levels if you didn't have the upgrades. Maybe you just can't buy health and all that crap. Okay, you can watch my thought process as I look around for what it is I should be doing. I'm trying to wall jump like Ninja Gaiden, and that's not working. No, I keep trying it, though. There we go. This is the upgrade booth in question. Take him down. Right, using the old strategy of keeping them on one side and slowly beating them away. Now I'm close to death. I'm probably freaking out. I cannot sustain... Oh, I see. The regenerating health helped me there. So you could probably get hit, run, as long as you don't get hit 2 times in a row. You're dead. It's time to upgrade. Grab the CC Smash. Of course, I immediately go for the health kit because I am a coward and terrified of dying. CC Smash, $2,000. Expends energy, 40. Deals 1 times melee damage to all enemies around on the ground. Ground pound stuns people, damages if you land on them or if they're close. It's basically what Jax uses in Mortal Kombat 2.
So that's what I am talking about.
That's right, he's very excited. Great, now what do? Try out my pound. You can see it takes away your blue energy level, but that regenerates. I remember playing X-Men 1 for the Sega Genesis, and you had mutant energy. So if you wanted to take out your claws as Wolverine, you would gradually drain that bar, and that bar did not come back. You had to fill it up with other energy canisters. I hated that mechanic so much because you play an X-Men game because you want to use their fucking powers. I want to fire Cyclops' beam and use Wolverine's only weapon, other than his one-liners and his tough attitude. I could see using a mutant power to regenerate your health, which in a way is kind of a self-defeating prophecy, since Wolverine would be using a regenerative mana thingy to regenerate his own health. That's fine. It's kind of like when you have what do you call it? Oh yeah, when you get those battery packs for your phone, you put your phone in a case that has a battery on it, and you can use the battery from the case to recharge the battery on the phone. They're super great when your battery is shit after a couple of years, because you know the thing with cell phones is you could be doing, I mean, they just create the software, these updates, these operating system updates that exist to make your older phone shittier. Half the R&D probably goes to making, what can we do to improve it? And the other half is like, what can we do to fuck up the other phones? You're running the same apps, just going into my text program. Why does that have to be completely slowed down? Anyways, we're using the ground pound to get through to the next level, the next mission. Let's take a look. Okay, it's darker. We see this EA Ziza Games. I guess that's a commentary saying that EA games make you sleepy because they don't have many changes. But I don't know about that. I mean, we got Mass Effect. That's a great EA game. And when Visceral Games puts out Amy Hennig's Star Wars game, that's going to be an amazing game too. Okay, I'm taking down guys, shooting them. I wonder what the other enemies in the game will look like. So far, we've seen punks and giant rats. So we know that they can be sort of sand people-looking punks or animals that are gigantic, melee and ranged attacks. I am a terrible shot. Terrible. But I don't know if a pistol is really the best thing for long-range attacks in real life. In this game, it actually is pretty good. You just need to be a little smarter with it. But I'm rattled because I don't want to die again. All right, up against the wall. I love the great slow motion death sequences. They look great.
Just as we suspected, it's on.
That was good intelligence.
The cyberpunks are streaming out from the underground city. Head down to the slums and take them out.
On it like it was a supermodel.
Okay, that is going to do it. We're going to take out these guys. Am I? No, I'm not. So you can check out Cyber Chicken. It's on Steam. It has been greenlit. You can support the developer because indie developers, they need your support. If you believe in their projects, it helps them get it done because it's most indie developers you talk to, they don't just work on one game. They have to do other projects to pay the bills because if they don't have some frozen food to eat in the microwave, they will die, and then they will never finish the game. How's that for a delay? The game has been delayed because the developers starved to death. So, you've seen the game. Hope you enjoyed me showing it to you. Bye for now.